Hello, welcome to the August edition of Music at Mary O's. My name is Phil Robinson. I'm joined tonight, as always, by two special guests and two of our regular co-hosts. Joining me as a regular co-host, we have Jason Vitelli. Hi, Jason. And down below, we have Victor V. Gurbo. How you doing, Victor?
I'm doing all right. How about you?
I'm doing fine. And tonight we're joined by our two special guests. I'll introduce them quickly, and then we're going to hop right into the music. Below me, we have Cassandra May Lorance. Hello, Cassandra.
Everyone. Hi. Welcome. Thank you for being here.
And then we have our second of our two special guests who's going to be starting off the tunes tonight. We have Jeff Jacobs. Take it away, Jeff.
Thanks, Phil.
Jeff, can you just I'm not hearing you very well.
Oh, sure. Let me up my guitar.
No, I think you should just do a refresh in your browser. I think that'll fix it.
Oh, okay. Be right back.
Yep. Sorry, everybody. You know, streaming it
No
tends to be problematic at times.
While we're
So
waiting
we'll
for Jeff's browser to refresh, this is our monthly Music at Mario's. We do this the first Tuesday of every month. When there's not a pandemic going on, we do it live at Mary O's, the greatest Irish pub in the universe, located in the East Village.
That's better. I can hear you. Much better.
Is it loud enough?
Yeah, that's fine.
I can make it louder.
Yeah, you can make it louder if you want.
And without further ado,
Okay, cool. Sounds good.
Jeff Jacobs.
There was. Waking up in the morning, smell the cold outside, stretch my arms out wide, reaching out for your body, but there's nothing there, so I sit and stare at the glass of wine I had last night to ease my troubles and take my mind off of you and the things you do. Though it cooled me off, it numbed my veins. That ain't enough to forget the way making love wasn't half as good as lying here together in the dark, falling asleep to the rhythm and beat of your going out in the evening, got so many friends, but they just pretend, always selling me something. I'll never know when the dark night and the world's asleep. I roam the streets like a fool for another you. After all that noise and all those crowds, I'll sit alone, remembering how making love wasn't half as good as lying here together in the dark, falling asleep to the rhythm and beat of your heart. forget about. And I see Rory DeLasno just logged down. Just lying here together in the dark, falling asleep to the rhythm of beat of Rory's heart.
Woo!
Yeah, man.
That was
Fantastic.
beautiful. Sounded really, really great.
All right, Jeff, we are going to keep things rolling quickly, but before we move on to Cassandra, answer us this one question very quickly. How are you so awesome?
God. I'll tell you in the next song.
All right, folks tuning in from home, if you want to know the secret to Jeff's special sauce, you're going to have to stay tuned in. Coming up next, we have joining us from Texas tonight, Cassandra May Lorance, and I'm probably pronouncing her name incorrectly. I apologize.
No, actually, that was correct. Thank you
All
for the correct enunciation.
Yeah, Phil, good job.
It was eloquent and beautiful. Yes, hello everyone. My name is Cassandra May Lorance, and I am a solo artist. I sing soul healing music, and I now live in Fort Worth, Texas. Simple, right? Is there anything else you want me to talk about?
Just a song.
Okay, so the song that I'm going to first start with is the first song that I channeled, and it's called Eyes in the Dark. And this song I actually wrote after I was in a car accident in 2018, in December 2017. All I want is a friend to talk to when the silence gets too loud. You can hear my thoughts staring up into the loving clouds. Can you hear me, spirit? Or have I been too proud? I just need something to hear right about now. In your dismay, I'll lead your way. Love lights light. You come to me in the dark, so silently, because you can light up the dark. I'll show you the way. You don't have to be afraid. Open your eyes, find your way through the dark. You can light up with just a spark. This is merely the dawn. Cast out all that's by, and love your life will have.
Woo!
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, Cassandra, we have the same question for you. How are you so awesome?
Aw, through lots of contrast. Thank you. Lots of trial and error, lots of alchemy, lots of bullshit. Good stuff.
Wait, are you talking about music or are you talking about
Life?
yourself as a human being?
Oh, as a human being. Sorry, I misinterpreted my question. So my music, I've worked hard on. I started singing when I was 9 in Texas Girls Choir here in Texas, in Fort Worth, Texas. And since then, I was in the band, I played percussion throughout, I played the drums, the marimba, etc., all through junior high and then high school. And then 2019, I took a few months of piano, and then throughout the lockdown/pandemic, I ended up becoming a bit more proficient singing and playing as a solo artist instead of having a band in Fort Worth, which is what I was doing prior. So that's that's my answer right now.
Well, great. We are all grateful for the path that has led you to us tonight. So thank you. For those of you tuning in from home, welcome again. This is Music at Mary O's, our monthly live stream. The first Tuesday of every month, we just heard one tune each from this month's special guests, Jeff Jacobs and Cassandra May Lorance. Myself, Jason, and then Victor are each going to have a turn as well. We'll complete the circuit, and I think the 2 hours tonight between 7 and 9 will have enough time to complete that circuit of all 5 of us about 3 times. So stick around. You'll hear more songs from both Jeff and Cassandra as well as the rest of us. So my turn is next. I had a completely different song planned, but it was I figured our 2 special guests were going to start with some up-tempo material, but they both did a couple slower songs, so I'm going to change it up and do something that's a little bit up-tempo. And I'm going to take out my headphones now. Here's the song I was telling Jason before. Since we've been doing this monthly live stream, we've been doing it over a year, I've challenged myself to not repeat myself. So every month I dig up or I learn or I write some new songs that I haven't done before on the stream, and I'm continuing that tonight. So here is a song that I think I last performed about 15 years ago. And following myself, we'll have Jason and then Victor. They're sending secret messages to each other down below, wondering who goes after Phil. It's Jason. This song requires sunglasses. All right, so in college, as a songwriter, I was studying all the different genres, and I challenged myself to write a song. Write a pop song, write a jazz song, write a blues song, write a soul song. This is my blues song. It's called Treat Me Right. I know we've been together quite a long time. Lately, baby, you've been way out of line. I'm not trying to start up a fight, but listen up, girl, you gotta treat me right. Oh yeah, wasn't spying that night in town. It's plain to see you've been messing around. Well, it's been hard to trust you ever since that night. Listen up, girl, you gotta treat me right. Oh yeah, just trying to love you, baby. But life's too short to play these games. I give you respect and honesty, baby, and a need for you to do the same. Oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah. Here we are, baby, one more time. You went too far, you crossed the line. Well, I got my walking shoes on tonight. Suggest that you start to treat me right. Treat me right, treat me right. Gotta treat me right.
Yeah, a lot of fun. Very nice. A lot of fun.
You inspired me to want to wear some sunglasses, by the way.
I saw Victor, you were jamming along to that. I thought I'd join. What
That's the fun part of this, is that you can mute.
Was the cacophonous guitar double solo.
No, that's what I really love about this, is you can mute yourself and then no one will hear you screw up to other people's songs. Yeah.
But you
All
look
right.
cool playing.
Exactly. That's all that matters now.
Yeah, I was actually just completely playing atonal
I
nonsense.
was just going to say, me too.
But-
It was just random notes the whole way through.
But you looked cool doing it.
Right.
That was a blues song I attempted to write before I ever even touched a harmonica. So if it were today, I would take the bluesy solo on harmonica, but that was back when my only option was to play the solo on guitar.
Well, sounded very good.
Thank you, thank you. Rolling right along, following me, we have Jason Vitelli.
Thank you for the introduction. Hi, everybody. Nice to see you virtually. I'm going to do one that I don't play very often. It's about working too hard, which oddly, often many of us have found during the pandemic. We've been working overworked. So this one's called Working. Working all day long. Fingers missing, nails teeming with toil. When shouldn't be alone, walking toward the bedroom door. Ooh. Age reeks through the bones, parasites turn tissue into dung. Body wrinkles up, eyelids so heavy. sallow skin and bones, fingers decay. You were once a towering tree, now you're just mulching weeds. And you just sit and wondering, can I be happy? Oh. Countless calculations, crunching lines. Bring the celery, some carrots, a wife. Steam runs out the chimney, the intercourse brings heat to all in need. Growing stronger every day, does meaningless work turn to meaningful play? Ooh. But it wrinkles up, oh, it's so heavy. Her arthritic hands, they don't look so pretty. You once were once as sharp as knives, now you're picking up each other's lines. And you just sit there wondering, can we be happy? Oh, oh, oh. I'm vying to be cured of this working disease. Would anyone care? Does anyone care to join me? I said, does anyone care? Would anyone care to join me?
Woo!
Wow. Good job.
Hell
Good
yeah.
job.
Thank you.
Great job.
Thank
Lots
you
of
so
passion.
much. I was not happy about working. As you could see.
It's evident.
It's a good way to channel that.
Absolutely. Announce it.
So, Jason, a quick question for you before we move on to Victor. How are we going to reclaim our cities from the liberal left and the endless slide into communism that they are leading us towards?
I'll leave that to Victor to talk about. He's more knowledgeable of those
Oh,
things.
well, yeah, pass the buck there. Thank you so much. Let's get canceled. No,
All right,
today's
Victor,
episode.
please solve politics and then
Sure,
play a song
yes.
for us.
All right. Should all just listen to music and try not to think about politics for a couple of minutes.
That's actually a perfect answer. Should have thought of it
And
myself.
then just mute whatever I say afterwards. All right, let's go.
Don't you know, pretty mama, they call me the roving blade. Writing silly carols, sitting down in the shade. Keeping up with spirits, keeping time with some other drum. They all talk about me when I come. So if you want, pretty mama, I'll stay with you a little while. And I can get lost behind your smile. But eventually there's gonna come a time I gotta hit that old asphalt. And if you say you love me, that's your own damn fault. So if I'm coming and you see me standing there, wave a handkerchief, pretty mama, in the air. Oh, I'm a roving blade. That's just how I was made. It's so hard to love a roving blade. Mama said a roving blade is bound to break your little heart. He'll get so deep inside you and pick you clean apart. But it's not that the roving blade is trying to make you blue. That's all a roving blade knows how to do. Dream twisters and misters weaving pretty little things in their songs. All of them trying to undress you and tell you where you belong. Whoa, 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 I'm no better than them. It's just I'm not gonna sugarcoat no lies. You take a shot at someone, you better see the whites of their eyes. If I'm coming and you see me standing there, wait a handkerchief for a moment in the air. Oh, I'm a roving blade. That's just how I was made. And it's so hard to love a roving blade.
Yeah, Victor.
Good job.
All right, Victor. All right, Victor. Sorry for before. Now that you've done your song, we'll ask you a real question. How is Jason Vitelli so awesome?
I've been wondering this for years. I've been trying to distill his essence and make it a cologne so people like me more, but he's not willing to. I'd have to kind of grind him up or something. It wouldn't really work. He's not into it, and that's okay.
When you said distill his essence, I immediately thought of the movie The Dark Crystal.
I'm sorry?
The Dark Crystal, or Dark Crystal is a Jim Henson film.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's been so long since I saw
with the
that.
Skeksis and everything.
Yeah,
It's like the essence. Anyway.
I was thinking of the movie Perfume. Has anyone ever read the book or seen the movie?
I've heard of that movie.
I think he like kills people and creates scents out of them.
Oh my goodness.
Nice
It
pastime.
went dark.
Yep.
Or was
Victor-
I
Like a
right
nice
there?
guy.
Victor, basically, you need to devour Jason, consume his flesh,
I
and
need
then
his consent
know his
for that.
powers.
And no.
You had a good idea, Phil. Back in the day, you were talking about Reggie the Will, like wearing his skin. That might be a good idea.
Yeah, well, that's
De-skinning.
the benefit of that was it was never recorded, and now it's out on the internet forever, and now we have to live with that. So, and now we're all complicit if Phil ever does it.
I'm
Have to
just
testify. It's gonna be a lot of work. It's
My-
a big
my
part
only-
of your
my-
day.
My only goal right now is to so
Rory.
alienate Rory DeLasno that he jumps off the stream. Oh, here we go. We were just stalling for time. That's what we were doing. We just were waiting for Jeff's computer to reboot. Jeff, do you have audio?
I should.
All right.
Yeah, we
welcome-
can hear you. We can hear you.
Welcome back to the stream, man. So, for those following along at home, this is Music at Mary O's during pandemic times. Hey, Comfort Cat. Hello.
Comfort Cat, yay!
Oh, hey! Happy cleaning energy. Thanks for being here.
This is our monthly show. When there's no pandemic going on, we do it live in person at Mary O's in the East Village. And when there is a pandemic going on, we do it here on the internet. We're on all the platforms, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. You are probably watching this right now, seated on the comfort of your toilet. So thank you for letting the 5 of us in to join you during your very intimate
You mean other
experience.
people are on the toilet too? I don't feel so alone.
That's how it works.
We're all
So
vulnerable,
we just
right?
completed our first trip around the circle, and now we'll begin our second, kicking off once again with Jeff Jacobs.
Good day,
Take it away,
guys.
Jeff.
Good day. And just so you know why it's not going to sound as good is because I am experiencing a Mac update death. At the
Oh,
moment.
those damn
I
updates.
swear to God, this thing is like the never-ending progress
We'll
bar,
send it good energy.
right? Kind of like COVID. Anyway, so while I don't have all my fancy effects and reverb, I'm going to play for you a song that I think is going to do well, Stripped Down. This is a duet that I wrote. It's between myself and a female artist. And I actually haven't really even released it yet, so or recorded it. So you guys are going to be the first ones, well, among the first ones at least, to hear it. It's called When We Were in Love. Feels like forever since we laid here underneath that starry sky. But every now and then when I'm looking up to you, I go to another life, back to you and I. When we were in love, when we were in love, brighter than starlight, warm as the sun, like some kind of drug, could not get enough, higher than angels soaring above. Darling, we fell so far to where we are. Remember how it was when we were in love. Second part. Today I dug up an old photograph. Still had that glimmer in our smile. The one we thought would always last. And I just held it for a while. It took me back in time. When we were in love, when we were in love, brighter than starlight, warm as the sun. It felt like a drug, but we were in love. Higher than angels soaring above. Darling, we fell so far to where we are. Remember how it was when we were in love. If I could go back to those days, I wouldn't change a single thing. I'd feel all that joy and pain for a chance to love again. When we were in love, when we were in love, brighter than starlight, warm as the sun, like some kind of drug, could not get enough. I was higher than angels fall in the sun. Darling, we fell so far to where we are, but I'm still looking up, 'cause I know what love can be. Thank you for showing me when we were in love. Thank you.
Yeah, man. Sounded great.
So,
Good, I'm glad.
what does that song look like for you? What do you think? I mean, I know it's just divine timing when it will come out, but I really sympathize with the lyrics.
I'm trying to hear you, Cassandra.
Oh, okay. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, maybe you want to crank the volume, but I can hear you a little better.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, what were you asking?
Can you hear me okay now? I didn't even change anything, but
What's that weird sound? Is everyone hearing that weird kind of scrapey sound?
yes.
It's Satan, Phil.
Well,
Satan!
Yeah, the volume.
I was muting Jeff. It might be his phone, but I'm not sure.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you can mute me if you need to. Yeah. I'm just glad it's not Satan. Or rather, I'm glad that I am Satan. One of those.
Cassandra,
Wait.
what was your question for Jeff?
Oh, so Jeff, I was asking you. First of all, I can empathize with the lyrics. I love them. I was just asking when you and your female
Sorry.
partner would release the song. Maybe can you hear me better now?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, we're in grade school again. Speak up.
I know. I was like within myself instead of out here with all of you. So what I was trying to say is that I can really empathize with the lyrics, and I love them, and I hope to hear the song released soon.
Awesome. Yeah.
Summarize
I hope so
what I was
too.
saying
I'm agonizing over it because I made the fatal mistake of showing it to some industry folk. And I don't know if you know how that goes, but it's never good. So, you know, I've just been like agonizing over the lyrics for the past year, but I'm almost at the point where I'm like, either just don't do anything with it or just say screw it and release it.
Well, I have a question about that song, When We Were in Love. Jeff, we haven't known each other that long chronologically, so when did you find the time to write that song about me?
Yes, it is about us, Phil. I'm sorry. I know. I told myself I wouldn't tell anyone, but you forced me into this position.
All right, so that was Jeff Jacobs. He's still awesome. Stick around if you're watching from home, and Jeff's going to do a couple more songs before the 9 o'clock hour. Moving along to the second of this month's two special guests, we have, for round two, Cassandra May Lorance.
Hello, everyone. And here it goes. So the next song I'm going to sing for you all is called Be Here Now. And I wrote this song not too long after I had moved to Atlanta to pursue my solo singing songwriting career. It was a testament to staying in the moment. And
Hey, Cassandra, can you turn your amplifier up?
Yes.
If there's a way to do that?
There is.
Sorry about that. We could hear you well when you're singing, but not when you're talking.
Let me find out. What is that like? Is that
Yeah, I can hear you better.
better or too loud?
No, it's good.
Okay, awesome. Well, guess I could have done that the whole time. Awesome. All right. So this song is called "Be Here Now," and it's about embracing the present moment. I can but you have to let go. Let me take the lead and I'll show you where we can go. Be here now. Why can't you just be here now? Follow me down to the way you want to see. Follow me down to the way you want to be. Oh, be here now. Why can't you just be here now? Be here now with me. Enlightenment isn't easy. Sometimes you can't find it in the dead of night. I know that knowledge different on one's own may cause fright. Follow me down to another dimension and release your thoughts, release your attention. Can't you see? There's only one way to be free, and that's to be here now with me. Follow me down to the way you want to see. Follow me down to the way you want to be. I'll be here now. Why can't you just be here now? Be here now with me. Go of the Dharma in your soul. You can trust in me. You can take my hand and I'll take you to the promised land. Follow me down to the way you want to see. Follow me down to the way you want to be. Oh, be here now. Why can't you just be here now? Be here now with me.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, Cassandra. Are you here now?
I am now. However, ironically, throughout the song, I had some things come up along the way, which I thought that didn't know me. But yes, I am here now with all of you. Are you all here with me?
We are.
We are. And Jeff is back with us too.
Sounds like a great time to me.
So,
Beautiful song.
Cassandra,
The
Thank
chords
you.
and everything.
tell our friends at home a little bit more about where they could find your music and what you have going on. And Jeff, now that you have re-entered, those satanic sounds are back. I think it must be your phone. Are you on your
Probably.
phone right now?
Yeah.
Are you
let me
typing?
actually- my laptop is pretty much ready to go.
Okay.
So let me try to make a switch. That might help.
Cool.
Do that, and in the meantime, Cassandra, please tell our friends at home a little bit more about what you have going on and where they could hear more of your music.
Okay, awesome. So I have a link tree. You can find me at Cassandra Lorance, and it's under the same on all platforms, as well as I do have a song that is released on Spotify at this moment, as well as all streaming platforms, and that is called Boy, I'll Make You Feel Like a Man. And in divine timing, I will have a music video for that. And what else is going on? I have some other songs that I'm working on right now, and I'm pretty excited about what is to come.
All right. Well, thank you. We met you in a little bit of a roundabout way. One of our mutual friends. Actually, I'm not quite sure how we met. I know that you shared a So Far Sounds show, I think, with our friend Megan Pullis. Is that correct?
No, however, I did do a So Far Sound show with Rory DeLasno and Jackie June.
Oh, it was Jackie June, not Megan.
Yes.
That's right. Jackie was on the bill and Rory was playing guitar. And where was that? That was not the New York area. That was further down
That
south
was at
somewhere, right?
Atlanta, Georgia,
Mm-hmm.
where I frequent now.
Okay.
I used to reside there. It's a beautiful city, and gained my wings there, and grateful for it. And So Far Sounds is a really great program.
Yeah.
And I especially love the intimacy and that whenever people come to watch the musicians, they also really enjoy falling into the songs.
And we're happy that it brought you into our circle.
Me too.
I thought you'd be streaming from Atlanta tonight, but as it turns out, you're in Texas.
That's what I initially anticipated, and upon a recent span of events in the Divinity, I am now forward, so I'm really excited about it.
All right, so we have some Texas for you at home. For those of you listening at home, tonight is a production of Roomful of Sky music. You are watching this right now on one of the Roomful of Sky channels, whether it is on Facebook or Instagram or YouTube. This video, even once the live stream is done around 9 o'clock, is going to live on forever on the Roomful of Sky YouTube page and also on the Roomful of Sky Facebook.
So be careful what you say.
Be careful what you say. We will
Yeah,
have
don't spend
video-
your night
video
talking about
records.
skinning and wearing the skin of other artists. Phil Robinson, maybe don't do that because this will live
No, I'm the one who
forever.
brought it. I brought it up.
I
That-
He's
learned
the one
from
that
you
said
guys
it
in the
first.
beginning.
Don't-
And Phil.
All of this brings us to our next performer, which is the aforementioned Phil Robinson.
Hooray, skinning people. Yeah.
All right. So, those of you who know me
We're gonna
know
get
that
so
I'm
canceled.
No, we won't.
Jason, please mute Victor. I think everything will. The night will go so much better. All right. Those of you who know me know that for each performance, I'm contractually obligated to perform a song by the greatest singer-songwriter who ever existed, who is Bruce Springsteen. This is a song from his 1980 album, The River. And it's a little bit of an obscure Bruce song. Not many people know it. It's kind of a slow ballad. I've loved this song since I was a teenager for many reasons. It gives me a chance to sing in my upper register. It introduced me to this chord progression, G to C9, that kind of shimmery transition. And it really, when I was a teenager, I had this sense of dread and isolation that this song expressed in its protagonist. I very much identified with it, and this is kind of a song that helped me to feel less alone in the world, whether I would listen to Bruce's recording over and over again, or whether I would play it myself over and over again. So I think the last time I performed this, I was just telling Jason, it was about 13 years ago at a house concert at our old Turkish carpet venue. Bruce Springsteen, Stolen Car. I met a little girl, we settled down in a little house out on the edge of town. We got married, swore we'd never part. Little by little, we drifted from each other's hearts. At first I thought it was just restlessness that would fade as time went by and our love grew deep. In the end it was something more, I guess. Tore us apart and made us weep. I'm driving a stolen car down Eldridge Avenue. Each night I wait to get caught, but I never do. She asked if I remembered those letters I wrote when our love was young and bold. She said last night she read those letters. They made her feel 100 years old. I'm driving a stolen car on a pitch black night, and I'm telling myself it's gonna be alright. But I ride by night, I travel in fear, and in this darkness I will disappear.
Phil?
Wow. Felt that emotion in a big way. That's beautiful.
I heard the whole thing, Phil. It was beautiful.
Thank you. Cassandra, well, let me just put these on so we don't have that echo. But, Cassandra, I heard you say something, but I did not hear what you said just as I was putting my guitar down. What did you say?
Oh, I was saying that it was beautiful, and also I could feel the emotion in a big way. It was very emotional. It was beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
It's so funny, you know, as singers, my voice, I have a very low vocal range, and I try to really challenge myself by singing songs that are in all different parts of the voice. So that's one that when I try to do it in public, sometimes it goes horribly wrong because it's very high. But it's really interesting. It's just the experience of singing these sort of very fragile high notes. You can't help but feel very vulnerable when you do it. And then it sort of puts you in a very different emotional context.
For sure, yeah.
To interpret the character of the song. You know, when I had in practicing it, I had transposed it and sang it down where my voice lives. And I sang it much more conventionally well, but it was sort of drained of all emotion and feeling, and then I sort of came to the conclusion that that it's in the right place to be that high. So it's one of my favorite songs to perform.
That ending, it reminds me of a police siren a bit, like, you know, like not like, it doesn't sound like it, but it's almost like his idea of what, like, please catch me, please help me, kind of sense.
Cool
You know?
interpretation.
Yeah.
It's like the soul. You know, it's interesting. That is not actually how the song goes. The recording has an organ solo at the end, but that kind of high falsetto wailing, that's something that Bruce Springsteen, he's got a great falsetto. He does that for a lot of his songs in concert. The River and Across the Border. It's a very Bruce thing to do. And I thought it worked well for this song. It's like all songs where you have the part, whether it's an instrumental solo or kind of a vocal melody that doesn't have lyrics, just kind of syllables. It's like, you know, you no longer need the words to carry the feel of the song. You just kind of need that feeling. And yeah, so.
Well done.
All right, well, thank you. Thank you all for your attention. And how am I so awesome? I will tell you, because nobody asked. I'm just kidding. We're going to move on to...
Wait, now I want to know. You can't just leave us hanging like that, Phil.
Right.
You can't.
Well, if y'all want to know how I'm so awesome, maybe one of you should ask me once in a while. I shouldn't be up here having to ask myself or having to ask people to ask me. You know, it's like if I remind you that it's our anniversary, then it doesn't count.
It defeats the purpose of it.
You have to remember on your own, people. So Jason and Victor, next month you got another chance, but tonight you failed. Moving on. Jason Vitelli is up next.
Okay, thank you, Phil, for handing over the baton. This tune is one I've never performed. It's a Dave Gilmour penned tune that he did on one of his solo albums. It's quite an older song, but feels very appropriate for today. And the title is called "You Know I'm Right," or, you know, which says a lot. You know I'm right. So just have to tune my guitar. To give you some quick background on that tune, he was the guitarist and singer of Pink Floyd, and they had broken up maybe a year before this album came out. So it's very much about his relationship with one of the other band members. but it sort of has a more broader theme to it. You can't scream and shout with all your might. Dig in your heels and hold on tight. Either you are wrong or I am right. You speak the lies you've overheard. The ring of truth in every word. You know you're right, and that's absurd. We really seem to have a problem here. Is it you or me? Whatever I have going through my mind, you always have to disagree. It's just a matter of opinions. It's not a simple fact. Why don't you try to see the other side? Don't turn your back. Survey the silent battleground. Recriminations all around, but still no compromise is found. Now we really seem to have a problem, and it won't just disappear. All the friends we thought we could rely on just want to whisper in my ear. It's just a matter of opinions. You know you keep both in sight. Why should you bother with the other side when you know yours is right? It's a deep cut.
So deep. I feel like, yeah, I'm like bleeding with awe. That was beautiful.
I mean, I probably could tighten it up a bit, but I just felt it was such an appropriate song for the time of, you know, everyone speaking at each other and not listening. And it made an impression upon me because I was only 4 years old when it was written, and we haven't really gotten much further.
Is that also when the impression was made?
What do you mean? Wait.
The song, you said that, you know, the impression that you were just speaking of, when did you first have that impression?
I mean, when I first heard it, I mean, I guess I was in high school or college.
Oh, I
so it was like 20 or so years ago. But just thinking about the mindset that he is talking about, and even in a broader sense of how people, what's the word? People kind of tell you you're right, and then they'll tell your friend they're right. You know, there's just this communication breakdown that often happens when people don't tell each other the truth.
It's always the same.
Yes, it's
But-
true. A lot of people oftentimes feel comfortable wearing masks.
That was a real thinker. Damn.
Jason,
Jason.
I could unequivocally tell you that you are right and Victor is most definitely wrong. And I'll say the same thing.
I could have told you that.
To his
that
face.
doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure that shit out.
This is great. You guys should host a show or something. Oh, wait.
All right. So,
People
speaking
say
of
we should do that, right?
speaking of Victor,
Speaking of being wrong.
we did not talk much about Victor earlier. I said something that was only half true. I said tonight is a production of Roomful of Sky Music. That's only half true. It's a joint production between Roomful of Sky Music and Victor V. Gurbo,
Neat.
who happens to be the same guy as that Victor V. Gurbo down there. He used to have this. We used to have a picture on the top right of the screen, which was a big eyeball, which was an eyeball wearing a hat, and that was
There's
Victor's,
still an eye. There's still an eye in there.
That was
Just a little
Victor's
more
logo,
refined.
but now the eyeball wearing a hat has now been replaced with words, and those words say Victor V. Gurbo. So if you see those words, then that guy is going to be there,
Seem to
and
be
it
even
is
more direct.
now his turn.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right, Victor.
All right, I can do another original, and it goes like this. I dreamt you were a tightrope walker, some city skyline stalker, but then you fell into the sea. You crashed into me, and then I dreamt that I was a vagabond, and when even my echo would not respond, it was you that set me free. You gave $1 to me. She dreams in dreams like Mondrian. It's like she knows the hill that I'll die upon. She's lost inside a Mondrian, where she's walking till she's gone. I dreamt we were attached at the hip. We were Siamese twins for a little bit. Oh, but then someone ripped us in two, and I lived without you. And then I dreamt that we were in Alcatraz, and you broke out with such pizzazz through the bars. You melted through. You yelled, I'll come back for you. She dreams in dreams like Mondrian. It's like she knows the hill that I'll die upon. She's lost inside a Mondrian, where she's walking till she's gone. I dreamt everything was in its proper place, like little boxes out in space. Oh, but time is a relentless wheel, and it makes you kneel.
sometimes I pretend that we're still in love, and that there is a God above. Oh, but you showed me what's real, and a deal is a deal. She dreams in dreams like Mondrian. It's like she knows the hill that I'll die upon. She's lost inside a Mondrian, where she's walking till she's gone.
Yeah, Victor.
Thank you.
Wow. That was so
I was
lovely.
actually thinking of those lyrics today, or not
Really?
today, yesterday, and I love the pizzazz line. It's just one. It's
was
just
just gonna say
great
that.
when someone could use the word pizzazz in a song, but it's also a great visual. You know.
It's fun to jam words that you wouldn't expect into things.
Yeah.
Into
What's
things.
Mondrian?
He's a painter. He did the boxes. Have you ever seen, like, when you think of traditional modern art, the red, blue, and yellow squares on the white?
Yeah.
Modern artist, Dutch modern artist.
Right on. I'll have to listen
Jeff,
to the song again.
I really can't believe that you don't know what a Mondrian is.
Well,
We don't know a lot of things.
No, Jeff, you actually stole that question from Phil. Because he usually asks that.
not all of us
Whenever
are
he performs
fancy
that.
art students, I guess. So, whatever. I was a jock in high school. I was the captain of the football team, and then I decided one day that I want to be a songwriter, and that never stopped.
And then you went all sensitive.
Yeah, exactly. So this is actually going back to those days. This is one of the first songs I ever wrote. Is it my turn? I'm pretty sure it's mine.
It is.
Yes.
And I change the story every time I sing this song because I wrote it like 13 years ago, and I perform it like less than once a year. So it's like every time I tell a story of it, it kind of like my memory changes. But I just remember coming home from college, and it was my first time home since my mother had passed. My mother passed when I was 16, and I kind of left home, lived with someone else, went to college, and then finally, after all was said and done, I came back to live with my newly single parent and my sister, who's a bit older than me. She was like about late 20s at the time. I had just graduated college, so I was like 22, and it was surreal because like after 7 years, I was just like, whoa, like this home is like not how I remember it at all. Like something like completely changed. My father and my sister, they weren't getting along too well, and I was kind of in the middle. So this song came out when a lot of emotions were sort of trapped inside, and I think it was my therapy. And it's one of the first songs I ever wrote. It's a story, a fictitious story, semi-fictitious, about a boy who meets a man randomly, and the man tells the boy his life story and gives him some homework. He gives him an assignment, and that's to deliver something to his long-lost daughter. It's called The Necklace.
High in the hills of a faraway land, there lived a stone-hearted, bitter old man who kept to himself and let nobody in, nobody's lover and nobody's friend. One day a boy who was lost in the night heard the man crying and tiptoed inside. He was gasping for life, so he looked in his eyes, and the man said these final words: take this money and this address, promise me you'll read heaven, I'm sending an angel to earth from the sky to remember me by. Now this boy was part of a family so poor, they took the money, but he never forgot his promise. And one day he got on a plane, flew to the address and found a young lady who said that her mother had died long ago. Her father had left them and she's never known him, but sometimes she wonders if he ever loved her. That's when the boy replied, "You should sit down, look what I found." It says, "Tell her I miss her and tell her I love her and give her this necklace if she's still alive. Sorry I left her, but when I'm in heaven, I'm sending an angel to earth from the sky to remember me by." She looked at the necklace and leaned in to say, "Time took this silver and turned it to gray. The glow and the sparkle cannot be retained. How can you blame me for feeling the same? So if you remember just one thing I say, treasure your loved ones before it's too late, like the man in the necklace who gladly relinquish a lifetime in heaven for one chance to say, tell her I miss her and tell her I love her and give her this necklace if she's still alive. Sorry I left you, but when I'm in heaven, I'm sending an angel to earth from the sky to remember me by."
Wonderful, man. Wonderful. Could feel the pathos in that. It was a wonderful story.
I cried a little bit. It was beautiful.
Thank you. Thanks, everyone.
Jeff, did you ever share that song with your father and your sister?
Oh, yeah. They've heard it more times than me, probably.
Thank you so much for sharing it with all of us and everyone else who
Oh, yeah.
watching.
Yeah, thanks, guys. It's great to share. That song also was submitted to the John Lennon songwriting competition, although it didn't win because of a technicality with the lyrics that disqualified it. Because, you know, these industry folk get kind of anal about lyrics sometimes. I forget what it was, some storytelling ding they gave me, but they said that it made everyone in the office cry. So I was like, that's a win. That's a W.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I agree.
I think that counts as a win. So Jeff, before we move on to Cassandra, let's talk a little bit about how we know you. Over the course of the last year and a half, Victor and Jason and I have been doing these live streams, and we have included a couple of your close compatriots.
Sure, yeah, Rory and Scott.
Oh, I was actually thinking Scott and Jordan.
And Jordan, oh yeah. that's
You
right.
first
I
landed on my
forgot.
radar right towards the tail end of
I
2020.
didn't forget about Jordan, but yeah, Jordan's the man. He's a very good friend of mine. He's a virtuoso on the piano and a songwriter extraordinaire. And him and Scott and I kind of Scott and I started Writer's Room. That's our songwriter series that it ran for a year and a half, and then it got taken away because of COVID. And Jordan was at almost every single one we did. He's just so ambitious, and he wants to spread love in music. I mean, he's my kind of artist. I love Jordan's stuff, and his album is out of this world good.
It is. I remember I had met Rory through some of the house concerts we were doing, and then Roomful of Sky right before COVID. We entered a new partnership with Pete's Candy Store, one of our favorite venues in Brooklyn. We were doing a monthly series there, and through Rory, I met Jordan, and put together a lineup that was going to include myself and Jordan, and we had a third spot, and Jordan was like, "You gotta book Jeff." In my mind, you guys just come together as a package deal.
We did for a minute. He's down
in
Virginia now. And that show, the date of that show was supposed to be like March, the day before COVID.
Oh, what a shame! Yeah.
It was just like, damn.
So it never materialized yet, although once things are more or less back to normal, we're going to resume that series, so I hope we could still have that lineup. But we kind of made a note to all of the shows that were booked in the early days of 2020 that didn't materialize. We wanted to have all of those artists at least on our live stream. And you were actually, I think, the last name on the list of someone that was supposed to do a show with us in person. And we finally, after a year and a half, worked our way through you tonight.
So this is a postponement then, semi-technically, of an actual in-person show that was going to happen in mid-March 2020. Got it.
Yep.
I'm glad we made it.
And we will.
Other end. But, stuff is opening, so let's get it going.
Yeah. All right, everyone. That was Jeff Jacobs. At the end of the night, around 9 o'clock, Jeff's going to circle around and he'll have one more song with us to close out the night for us. But
I can't wait to hear you guys.
But not just yet. We're going to move on to Cassandra's third song.
Sweet. So
Great.
My third song, speaking of boys, and not plural, but actually my song that I'm going to sing is called Boy, I Make You Feel Like a Man. And a whole different context. It's I'll let you listen to it, and I perceive it as like giving a boy a feeling like he's a man. That's a little love in the mix. Anyway, okay, so this is my song. I've had a recent reinterpretation of this song, so that's why it came out like that. Sit down, relax, you can't hold my hand. Boy, I'll make you feel like a man. Watch me sing for you as I play, or while I caress your face. Whatever you prefer, you make the rules. I'm yours for the taking. Whatever you choose, with you I'm in love like a fool. I'll do whatever you ask me to. Sit down, relax, you can hold my hand. Boy, I'll make you feel like a man. Watch me sing for you as I play, or while I caress your face. I just want to be baby, just you and me. I've got the disease, I'm so hard to please. I'll bring you to your knees, kill you with these. Can't you see you're free with me? I can't be your fantasy. So sit down, relax, just hold my hand. Boy, I'll make you feel like a man.
That was great.
Very, very haunting.
Loved that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Appreciate that. That's my single that's out right now on
Oh, wow.
all platforms.
Cool.
It's an
Very
acoustic
nice.
version. Thank you.
Nice.
Cassandra, I never realized you were so spooky.
Oh, I'm spooky.
Oh,
Probably
That was really
haven't
beautiful,
realized a lot of
Cassandra.
things.
Wow.
Thank you.
That fills me with tingles.
Ooh, I like tingles.
ooh.
Confirmation from your body that you resonate with that.
And Swagatha said that was beautiful. Hey, Swagatha.
Thank you, Swagatha.
Swag.
I love your name.
All right.
I have two questions before we move on. One, what is the name of your friend who's sitting on the chair next to you?
Yeah. This is one of my good friends, Salem Sage. And he's probably around 6 months, maybe 7 months now. Or not, I apologize. It's actually, yeah, six months. Thank you. It's my buddy.
Okay. And the other
Okay,
thing,
now we're into the cats. We're not going to recover from
was
this.
just-
Cats are going to dominate the rest of
I
the.
was just
the-
curious.
Thank you.
And my other question is that I know I'm sure that you were drinking water out of that glass jug, but can you tell me it was straight vodka,
Don't
just
make
so?
any presumptions over there.
Yes.
I'm just kidding. I actually don't even drink alcohol.
Yeah.
It's reverse osmosis water with some love, light, and life inside of it.
Oh.
'Cause I put it
Now
in
that's gonna dominate the rest of the show.
All right, there we have Cassandra. Not only is she spooky, but she drinks straight vodka out of the bottle.
Yep.
For your entertainment.
Is
And a
this
little
like
of
the spin
hers.
thing now, like referenced earlier. Just kidding.
All right, so that brings us to my final turn of the night. I'll do a song, then Jason, then Victor, and then we'll have a final one each from Jeff and Cassandra again. I'm experimenting with different hair. I thought maybe
I
the
noticed.
ponytail will look good.
It is very Disney Prince.
Ah, all right. That's a good look, I think. This song is most likely going to be the oldest song of the night. It is over 4,000 years old. It predates the existence of the English language. I go to the West Coast regularly. I spent some time in Big Sur at the Esalen Institute doing a personal mythology retreat with all my weird Joseph Campbell friends, and I discovered this next song, which is it's in Sanskrit, basically the spiritual language that was a forerunner for some of Hinduism. And I'll just tell you briefly what this is. This is a mantra that you might find at the end of a meditation or at the end of a yoga session. The words are Sudosi Budosi. And what this mantra is, it's said to be the lullaby, sung by the queen of the land to her young infant child. The queen singing this lullaby for her child knows that her infant son one day is going to grow up to be the king of all the land. And she recognizes that being the mother whispering these words into the ear of her sleeping infant, she has a position, an opportunity of undue influence over the kind of man this infant will grow to become and what kind of king this man will be for the land. Recognizing this, she chooses her words very wisely to instill some of what she hopes could be brought to the spirit of the land. And the words she settles on are Sudosi Budosi. So, young Queen Mother singing a lullaby to her infant child, the future ruler of the land.
Samsara Maya Pariyaje Tesi Samsara Swapanantra Jamoharnedra Najan Mamrejar Grisatsvarupi Sutosi Butosi Naranjanasi Samsara Maya Pariyaje Tesi Samsara Swapanantra Jamoharnedra Najan Mamrejar Grisatsvarupi Sutosi Butosi Naranjanasi Samsara Maya Pariyaje Tesi Samsara Swapanantra Jamoharnedram Najan Mamrejar Grisatsvarupi You are forever true, and the dream of this world can never touch you. So give up your attachments, give up your confusion, fly to that space that's beyond all illusion. You are forever pure, you are forever true, and the dream of this world can never touch you. So give up your attachments, give up your confusion, fly to that space that's beyond all illusion, all illusion, all illusion, all illusion. Pure, you are forever true, and the dream of this world can never touch you. So give up your attachments, give up your confusion, fly to that space that's beyond all illusion. Sudosi budosi naranjanasi samsara maya pariajetesi samsara swapanandra jamohar nejram najanmam rejor dry satsvar
Yeah, Phil.
That put me into a trance, though. That was beautiful.
Wow, 4,000 years old. What an honor.
Substance.
All right, so that was Sudosi Budosi. I was mentioning how I had heard that while I was on a retreat near the Pacific coast. And it was such a beautiful song that for a long time I didn't think I would be capable of doing it justice. It was like I was scared to perform it for like a good 12 years before I felt comfortable doing it in public. What's that?
Sorry to interrupt you. I got really excited. Do you have it recorded?
I have recorded it, yes, and I'm gonna release it as a single over the next few months. But yeah, it's
How long does the copyright go back on that? I mean, I think it was 5,000 years last I checked. So
5,000.
You might want to make sure. Yeah.
Well, you know what, the queen of the future Hindu nation, after 5,000 years, she did the dirty trick of she put it out on a copyright compilation album in Europe, just to renew the copyright.
Well, here's the thing: is that if it is 95 years after the death of the artist, and if the artist is God, then that's a complicated. Now we're in some sort of ethical, theological. Is God dead?
All right. Yeah. Before we move on to Jason, I just want to say a couple things. One, Jordan, who we were just talking about, is chiming in with all of these wonderful compliments for that performance. Thank you, Jordan. The fact that you liked it means a lot to me because I truly respect your talent and your artistry. Everything that Jeff said about you earlier is true. And Jordan, you could come back, be on our shows anytime you want, in person or the live stream. The other thing
and our
that
friend Ruth loved it.
Oh, hi, Ruth. Thank you so much. Ruth, I hope to see you again soon in person. The other thing that I wanted to say, if you've been tuning in throughout the night, is that I did the 3 different songs. I opened with my original blues song, which is kind of up-tempo. Then I did that Bruce Springsteen 2-chord mournful song, and then I did Sudosi Budosi. And for me, the invisible thematic thread was I thought of all 3 of them as blues. That's kind of 4,000-year-old spiritual Sanskrit blues. Now I'm going to shut up. Jason, it's your turn.
Yeah, the blues, that's a great kind of segue into talking about the blues in more detail, but you can't pigeonhole the blues. People, there's a 12-bar blues, there's the jazz blues that Charlie Parker developed, but the blues goes deeper. It's something that you can't even define it. And it's probably in many ways the hardest thing to play because you can't fake the blues. So this next tune is a fairly new one. And it's
Love the tuning.
That's the tune. No, this one, lately I've been doing more stream of consciousness writing, and sometimes I feel like a lot of power just comes from underneath what maybe our ego wants to create. When you get down into the depth of what's actually inside of you. So I'll leave it at that. Slithering greed yellows all our ideals. Cataracts unseen are crawling up our lenses till they're all clouding up, crackling the echo inside. What my fear must taste like. Bring yours to heed the world weary and firm. Savor this new time, for it is now our own. I'm running off the track rails, heading straight and true into the attack, the attack, the attack. Into their heart, we're out racing death with no remorse, whose loss has finally been found. I'm blurring down this hailstorm, hits the enemy so hard. What a miracle for us all, for us all, for us all. Scars, all that will remain today. Reach the dam, pull us out from the crash, and it won't be long until the horror unmasks. Eye sockets now all drained away, and all the fetters unchained to catch another prey. Thank you.
Yeah.
I love you, the way you strum, man. You really got that strum down. I'm a little jealous. I've been trying to work on that. That's you just, there's a great rhythm to the way you play and just these stream of consciousness chords and lyrics.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Beautiful, beautiful vocals. I like the falsettos that you did.
Oh, thanks.
Fitting for the song.
The endless varieties of Jason's awesomeness. For those of you who are not aware of all of Jason's many talents, he's a composer, he's a singer, he plays every instrument, keyboard, guitar, saxophone, he does all the tech stuff, he's ruggedly handsome. Jason's company, Music for Multimedia, is actually making the technical aspect of tonight's live stream possible. Jason is the real-time producer of these events, so throughout the whole night, he's the one who's controlling all of the layouts, exporting our signal out to Facebook and Instagram and YouTube, coordinating all the artists, running the sound check. So without Jason, we literally could not do this. Jason and his company, Music for Multimedia, are available for hire. So if you want to do similar streaming events, get in touch with Jason through his info, which you can see by his name. So Jason, thank you, man. You make it all possible.
Thank you for the shout out, Phil. Appreciate it.
Of course. And now we're going to close out the end of our third circuit around all the songwriters with Victor before we end the night with a little encore from our two guests.
Sounds good. I'm going to do, this song is, it's a country tune that I co-penned with another artist. Her name is Kat Minogue. And you can catch her and me every Monday at the Bean, and it's in the city. It's got 52 Avenue. 52 3rd Avenue. I don't know. I'll tell you later if you want to know. If you want to find out, I'll tell you. I'm very bad at advertising myself and the things that
I'll post it. I'll look it up and post it for everybody. Actually,
don't encourage me. If I didn't remember it, no one's gonna know. That'll teach me to learn actually where the goddamn venue is.
It's either on 2nd and 3rd or it's on 1st and 10th. I used to live in the East Village.
Oh, cool. Okay. Well, somewhere in that vicinity every Monday. And the song goes like this. Whoever said it was better to have loved and lost, I'm willing to bet that your paths never crossed. You made all my blue skies a dark cloudy gray. Ever since I met you, I have not been okay. The dance is mean and the dance is cruel, and I guess that I'm just an old waltzing fool. I once was blind, but now I see I'm through. Let love make a fool out of me. Just when I was through with words and games, you broke down the door like you rolled Jesse James. You cried, I am the hero, knowing that you're not. But I must admit that you ain't a bad shot. The dance is mean and the dance is cruel, and I guess that I'm just an old waltzing fool. I'm tossing your records into the sea. I'm through letting love make a fool out of me. I've always had a mind like a runaway train. The bagman is crying and the conductor's insane. But as I watch you go blasting by, I hang my head, I miss you, I sigh. The dance is mean and the dance is cruel, and I guess that I'm just an old waltzing fool. Our love was a joke, and the joke is on me. I'd give anything to let you make a fool out of me.
That was an awesome song.
Thank you.
Any of you noticing lots of waltzes tonight?
It's a waltzing kind of night. It's a Tuesday. That's my answer to that.
I wasn't aware about the waltz effect on Tuesdays, but now I am.
All right. So, thank you, Victor. Do you have any words of wisdom for our viewing audience at home before we turn it over to our guests?
My words of wisdom is don't come to me for words of wisdom.
Actually, Victor, I have a question for you. I have a question.
Yes,
Because you and Kat wrote that maybe about 6 months ago or so.
Somewhere
So you
around
guys-
there, yeah.
You guys worked on it remotely, correct?
Remotely, yeah. I started it and I sent it over to her, and she twisted some words around, threw it back at me, bounced it back and forth. It's fun.
It's kind of a cool process to
Yeah.
try to write remotely between two people. But you guys really know each other very well too.
Yeah, and also
helps.
country. When I get into that, country is country. I mean, what is the
Right.
It's not a Willie Nelson quote, but what is it? All country music is 3 chords and the truth. I mean, you just gotta tap into whatever the message is. And
that's what Bono stole that line.
oh,
He
really?
stole it.
Of
Yeah.
course he did. Just random hatred towards Bono. No, I'm sure he's a nice guy.
So
He doesn't need my approval. That's the thing, is that whenever someone like attacks a musician verbally who's famous, my feeling is always, even when I do it too, it's like they're doing fine. They don't need my money. They are clearly very well off and don't need my approval. Yeah.
Before we turn this over to Jeff, we're going to do our other tradition, which is every Roomful of Sky show, before the end of the night, we take a photo. We do our group lineup
Let me move
photo,
everybody over.
And in this live stream incarnation, we do our group screenshot. So give me a moment here. Let me get into widescreen. Everybody, I am going to take a screen capture, so look the way that you want to look for all posterity. Ready? 3, 2, 1. All right, I'm going to do one more because
I was about to burp, so I don't know if I had the best look on my face.
We had Jason in his pre-burp look. We'll do one more, and then we're going to turn it over to Jeff and Cassandra for the last 2 songs of the night. All right, Jason, get your burp out now.
Okay.
All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. All right, I think we got it this time. Thank you all.
All right, so now we are up to Jeff, not Victor. Jeff.
Sweet. Well, since I've been graced by the amazing talents of 4 wonderful songwriters, I'm gonna do my song that's like a songwriter song. This song just depresses everybody, but the songwriters love it. It's called. Well, I'll give you a little backstory. I wrote it after a breakup when I was, I don't know, forget how long ago it was now, about 10 years. And by writing this song, I was able to get over this girl in about 3 minutes and 25 seconds. It was that quick. I had no heartache after this otherwise would be agonizing relationship, agonizing breakup. For some reason, just saying these words of the chorus, which goes, "So long, sparrow, to give you back the love you gave to me, I'll let you fly away." Somehow just chanting that mantra over and over again just completely absolved me of all heartache. Perhaps pass the buck to the next guy, or maybe the next guy is just me over years. But anyway, here's the tune.
Winter flower never dies, colors fade and petals hide, but take a look, there's something there, grasping every breath of air. Lonely minds and naked eyes, darkest days and brightest nights, I'm begging you, come out to play, love can find us any day. So long, sparrow, for all those nights I've trapped you in a cage. Snowfall, tomorrow, to give you back the love you gave to me, I'll let you fly away. sparrow's love can never stay. You get too close, she flies right by the other way. But have some faith, love can find us any day. So afraid of letting go, my little child. Don't you know how beautiful you're meant to be? Keep her in your memory. Set her free. So long, sparrow, for all those nights I've trapped you in a cage. Snowfall tomorrow to give you back the love you gave to me. I let you fly away. So long, sparrow, for all those nights I've trapped you in a cage. Snowfall tomorrow, I'm gonna give you back the love you gave to me by letting you fly. So long, my sparrow, I've trapped you in a cage. Snowfall tomorrow to give you back the love you gave to me. I let you fly away. To give you back the love you gave to me. I let you fly away.
Well, that was moving. Very beautiful.
Thanks,
I
guys.
can almost.
Thank you to all our listeners
Oh
and
yeah.
watch and viewers out there for those beautiful comments. Rory to let us know. Yeah, depression. Woo! All right, brother. Hey, man, we're all here. We're a community, you know.
Yeah.
We're supporting one another, and this shit's not easy. What the
Oh
fuck?
yeah.
Am I allowed to curse here? I already did twice.
You're allowed to do whatever
yeah.
you choose to do.
I think once we started talking about skinning people and wearing them as hats or whatever Phil was doing before, I think we've graduated from it being a children's show to whatever the worst one is. So, you're fine. Yeah.
I agree with that.
I think you're right about that.
Hey Jeff, I don't know if you've done. Have you recorded that as a full arrangement? That tune?
Yes, it is on Spotify and all major streaming services. You can find it under my name, one of the 4 artists on Spotify with my name, Jeff Jacobs, the white bald guy. Hey, except I'm not actually bald
Me with
on
that.
those album covers. That was back when I had hair, but I let it fly away. I said so long and, you know, sayonara hair. That's what the song's about.
That's all right.
All right, thank you, Jeff. That's Jeff Jacobs. Follow him on all the streaming platforms, and thank you so much for being on our show, Jeff.
You're so welcome. Thank you so much. This has been amazing.
Rory chiming in.
That's true. Phil Robinson and Jeff Jacobs. There are more than 4. There are like 117 Phil Robinsons. It's not a very unique name. All right, and
Sorry, buddy.
Cassandra May Lorance, I'm pretty sure, is the only Cassandra May Lorance in the world. Are there any more?
That I don't know. I haven't seen any others, but perhaps they'll chime in. I'm just kidding. I don't know. Well, it was my birth name, so I'm excited to be able to use my real name. I'm grateful to my parents and to myself for giving my name to my parents. And
Well, thank you for being with us tonight, and to you falls the honor of our final song of the evening.
oh my goodness, so what an honor. First of all, thank you so much for having me. Also, I guess, I don't know if any of you guys thought about it, but I kind of feel like a non-attachment vibe. And so therefore, I'm going to share my song, Take Out the Trash, which is essentially a, non-attachment, alignment, breaking of illusions, facades, and just hitting head on with what is and letting go of all that no longer serves you in your life. So the song is called Take Out the Trash. It's been a minute since I've seen this. I'm excited. Take out the trash, it wasn't meant to last. Those toxic people don't deserve to see your soul. Even though it may be a heavy load, you're strong enough to let them go. I lost my mind for a second again. I believed you were a true friend. I thought you had my best interest in mind. Now I have merely lost my mind. Take out the trash, it wasn't meant to last. Those toxic people don't deserve to see your soul. And even though it may be a heavy load, you're strong enough to let them go. Don't worry, I'm better than fine. It was all simply divine. You were here for a very short time, and now I won't let you waste mine. Take out the trash, it wasn't meant to last. Those toxic people don't deserve to see your soul. Even though it may be a heavy load, you're strong enough to let them go.
perfect ending to our show here.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I thought it would be fitting. Thank you.
Thank you, Cassandra.
And don't forget to recycle.
Yes, while taking out the trash, it is great
I have to
for
do
the
that.
whole world to recycle.
Actually,
right.
Tuesday is my
That's
recycle
what
night.
will remind you, too.
Thank
It's a
you
good
for
reminder.
All right, everyone, if you've joined us from home, from the comfort of your toilet, most likely, thank you for spending this first Tuesday with us again this month. Thank you to my musical brothers, Jason and Victor, for another successful stream. I always love spending this evening with all of you. And thank you so much to this month's special guests, Jeff Jacobs and Cassandra May Lorance. We haven't been saying this that many times because you could see everybody's Instagram handle or their social media handle at the bottom of our boxes, but of course, follow Cassandra and Jeff everywhere: Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, their own websites. They have lots of good stuff on Spotify, as do myself and Victor and Jason. And thanks again. This is the part of the show where we would tell you what we have coming up next, except we're not sure. It looks like there is an upward trajectory of venues opening up and people being vaccinated and COVID going down, and we were prepping our relaunch to in-person events for September, and we're taking a moment to figure out what the next thing is, but whatever it is, there's going to be some next things, some in-person events when the time is right, and some more streaming events. We're not going anywhere. Stay tuned to find out the next couple things. And
That's the best comment I think that we've gotten.
Our good friend Comfort Cat got some work
I
done.
replaced all the cockroach bait traps in my apartment while listening. Thank you so much, guys.
Oh.
You see, Phil, you
Means a
thought
great
everyone
deal.
was in the bathroom. The people are multifaceted. They do many things, including change roach. traps.
Well, Comfort Cat, I'm very impressed that you could listen to us change all the cockroach traps while sitting on the toilet going to the bathroom. That's
With the squat
really
podcast.
quite
While
impressive.
commenting.
While commenting.
All I have to say, one thing I do have to say is thank you everyone who tuned in, and it means a lot that you are all here supporting, and it's just, it makes us, especially during these times, makes us feel like we're all together in the same room for a little while. So appreciate that. Thank you.
We're always all
Yep, I'm into
together.
that.
Thank you so much to the three of you guys for putting this on. This is, I don't take it for granted. There's really not that many great spaces for artists to share and comrade, if that can be a verb. Really appreciate you guys. Thanks for having me.
Well, thank
Or-
you.
And we can't wait to have you in person too, when we finally
it'll
get
happen.
opened up. Yeah.
For sure.
All right, everyone. So this is us. We are signing off. Thank you. We love you. Stay safe, and we will see you in some configuration within the month.